Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have zero motivation to do anything, but I am really working to build my accounts and my community, and I still want to be a help to people who are like me, who are severely ADHD and just wanting to have some semblance of peace in their home with something clean. So let's get to it. Let's go get those dishes done. See you back in a bit. All right, so let's get the show on the road. I'm still working on those camera angles, but that's okay. If you can hear the music that is playing in the background, that was composed by my husband, Christopher Licaria, at Roundabout Records, West Virginia. It is a very cold and snowy, I think, eternity now. We've been here for 497 days in the house. Honestly, I don't hate that at all, although my breathing hates the cold, and my, our bodies just hate the cold. But today I am hitting a phase in my cycle as someone who has ADHD and is learning how to kind of do life on medication, to where I have the focus of a squirrel who just ate fermented fruit. I don't have a lot of dishes to do. I keep forgetting to get dish detergent at the store. I have everything I can to hand wash all these dishes. So, you know, putting them in the dishwasher, I don't have that. But my family's in here, so if you see me talking, I'm talking to kids, I'm talking to my husband, probably a dog or two. But yesterday I made a bunch of bread dough for the next few weeks. I forgot to pull some out to thaw, so great reminder to self: thaw out bread for tomorrow. Oh, there's my son. Grumpy, talking to me, making me hot water for all my stuff. So, anyway, we're just gonna chit chat and talk and, get all those dishes done. So, while I clean, while I wash dishes, how are you today? Did you remember to eat? I almost didn't. Did you remember to drink something other than an energy drink or a coffee? I almost did. I'm not angry. I'm not irritated. I'm just having a conversation. That's just my face. Maybe I just have RBF. Who knows? But what I do know is that I have a lot of random things to do. And this is just the one that makes me feel the most satisfied, because this affects our ability to cook and clean and do other parts of, life. So, as I am checking to make sure I'm still filming and making sure I'm still on camera, you can enjoy me talking to my family. One of my biggest issues being stuck in the house has been not being able to get any of my laundry done. I have laundry washing, but getting it sorted and folded and put away is just not happening. When it gets cold like this, I just have no motivation. I have no desire to do anything, but it's okay. It's not the end of the world. It's been a huge part of my ADHD healing journey, is just not being so hard on myself, because we see things in front of us that need to get done, and we want it to look perfect and feel safe and comfy. But sorry, I don't know if that's what's so funny, but it's okay. But honestly, half the battle is just getting it done, because when we see all the stuff around us, all the colored sounds, all the noises, all the smells, sometimes we get overwhelmed and we just don't want to get it done. And so this is how I've decided to help myself. Honestly, had I not filmed any of this, I personally would not have gotten all of this done. I just would have put it down, sat down, played on my phone, which really wouldn't have been playing, I would have been working, and just not done my dishes. But then that would have meant that I wouldn't have dinner ready on time tonight, or I wouldn't have been able to continue building my YouTube channel. I know I still look for YouTube videos of other people cleaning, and it just makes such a huge difference for me to have someone else there to work with and to clean with. It just makes life a lot more fun and a lot easier. So you're probably noticing that I have a bucket in the sink over there. It's a big white dish pan. I could buy a scalper for my sink. I don't want to, so I don't. What really helps though with that little bin is a lot of times I can just put dirty dishes in that bin under the sink, pull it out, wash them, dry that pan out, put it away. I can also use that pan to pre-rinse some of my dishes before I put them in the dishwasher without wasting a bunch of water. It's a little hack I taught myself. I just get that pan in a dance, and I will fill it up just minimally with some dishwater and dish soap and just scrub things out a little bit, because we think that the cleaning fairy in my house just snaps fingers and all of the dishes are scraped off and magically cleaned up. And I don't know about you, but this cleaning fairy doesn't have that power yet. So yeah, I don't know why I look so disgusted today. I'm actually in a really good mood. I've had a good day. I did a Talmud class. I did a study class with some friends, and talked to some other people. Did my makeup on an a TikTok live. And that was fun. I found my daughter's makeup and played with it. It was like neon colored. I am in my mid-30s, and I'm having fun playing with my makeup while not having any hair, and with scarves as well. To me, I just find that to be a lot of fun. If I'm going to age, I need to do it well. Anyway, I'll be quiet for a few minutes, let you get into that good cleaning flow, and I'll be back in just a few. This is me explaining to my very ADHD husband that I'm recording his premise in the video. Yeah, that's kind of how life goes. I usually have something going on and everybody is shoving an electronic in my face to show me what they're doing. Yeah. At least they like me. I think they like me, or maybe they're forced to like me. I don't know, maybe my whole house has Stockholm Syndrome. We shall see. So, trying to get my son his stuff so he can make a coffee. We are really fancy here. I use a lot of instant coffee. I want to explain my dish organization quickly. So above my sink there, you can see a hanging dish rack. It has hooks and it has a place on the top to put whatever you want up there. I have all my baking sheets on the top. My cats hate that because every time I pull something off, it tries to crash and they don't like the noise. But I have all my pans and my pots. Not my cast irons, are too heavy for my ceiling. I also have just various tools I use for the stove, graters, and things like that going on. But I have very limited space in my kitchen. I have a whole house, but you see that tiny little counter? I have 2 more tiny little counters like that and an island. So I have very little space. There I go. I'm reaching up, trying to give myself a migraine and dripping water on my face. But I also have a built-in hutch that has glass that I hate because if things aren't put away perfectly, it just looks so messy. And I have so much in my in that hutch that is probably going to outlive me if someone doesn't redo this house at some point. But I have everything in there. I have china, I have glassware, I have candlesticks, I have mixing bowls, plastic bowls, decorative items. So, you know, and yes, I know my counters are a little messy. I don't really care that my counters are a little bit messy. Don't dance with knives. Don't do that. Good Lord, I hope I don't get flagged. But don't do that. No, don't do that. Yeah. But you can dance. In my head, I'm dancing to the new Gorillaz album. If you haven't found it, you should. I don't remember the name of it, but I do know that Anushka Shankar plays on it, and it's super happy. It's very like summertime sounds, and it's been stuck in my head. If I can remember, I'll tag it on the bottom. But if you have Spotify, YouTube, or whatever, look up the Gorillaz. It's a favorite of mine from a teenager. Feel Good Ink and those sorts of things. But I've been on an Anushka Shankar kick recently. I like cultural music. I like a lot of cultural music, and I like hearing how different everybody is. Oh, while I take a brief pause on Anushka Shankar, these are my favorite chopsticks. These are my Star Wars Sith chopsticks. We use them as actual chopsticks, but we also use them to stir and pretend like we're gonna Wingardium Leviosa you. There you go, like that. But back to what I was saying. I've been on a huge Anushka Shankar kick recently, and Ravi Shankar, especially at nighttime, is really calming, and I enjoy just hearing the complexity of the instruments, and I like that she is branching out to other styles of music as well. So for whatever reason, my 14-year-old has been on a kick with her smoothies, and this one has been in there for a couple of days. I'm pretty sure she just made pineapple hooch. It's disgusting, and I'm trying to compose myself because smells are I hate certain smells, and yeah, contemplating my life choices. 10 deep breaths. 10 deep breaths. You were the same as a teenager. So we're gonna shaky fermented pineapple juice. This is a really expensive blender too. I love this blender. This is a Ninja, and I make a squash kugel. It's a gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free kugel. It's actually very sweet because I use maple syrup. It doesn't spike my glucose so much. I just sprayed myself in the face with stuff. Yay. But I love that blender because I can just toss everything in it. I make hummus in it. I make, you can do a sweet potato kugel. You could do a squash kugel. The recipe is stuck in my head. I'm not typing it out. And it usually depends on how much squash I have. But I got that recipe from Anat Ishai on social media, and it's one of my favorites because it freezes really well, and it tastes so good, and it doesn't hurt my belly. I survived. That was disgusting. Anyway, moving on. Honestly, this is the most satisfying part here. Watch me try to make magical potions as I clean out my sink and clean the counters. Today I decided to use a little bit of bleach because I felt like it needed just a little freshening up. I don't use bleach every single day because, I have a hard time not using 12 gallons all at once because I just get in that mode. Oh look, I found a random bolt. No clue what it goes to. Don't know where it came from. But we're gonna get this sink scrubbed out and freshened up and sanitized. Get all my dirty towels cleaned up. Got my Scrub Daddy. If you guys don't have a Scrub Daddy, go get a Scrub Daddy. Chemical number 1. It's just Mr. Clean. Chemical number 2 is going to be the lavender scented Clorox. Not a paid promotion. Dump, dump, dump. Splish, splish. And then we're going to scrub a bunch of Dawn. Oh, God bless. Thank goodness it wasn't a baby. We're gonna get that scrubbed down. This is so satisfying. I will use that to scrub. Why not add more chemicals? We're gonna scrub down the sink, scrub down the scrubby scrub. I learned this from the Fly Mom, actually, keeping your sinks scrubbed down and shined up. That has not been the case this week, but this helps me feel good about what I I got something done. I don't mind doing dishes or cleaning off the counters because it's wiped off. Everything has a place. It's no really big sorting. It's just done. My scrub daddy is looking tired and ratchety already, needing retired. Wipe off a few things while I'm going. Dance. I'm still singing that Gorilla song, the new one. Probably just gonna have to tag that down below. Get everything washed off, everything scrubbed off, especially after baking bread, having yeast all over the counter. Don't want any spores all over the place. I don't even know if that's a thing. Maybe I'm just making it up. Probably. Who knows? Rinsey rinse, rinsey rinse, rinsey rinse, rinsey rinse, rinsey rinse. And there's the finished product. Nice shined sink, nice and sanitized. Everything isn't clean, but that's fine. So I'm gonna have a celebratory cup of Nescafe in my husband's Miss Frizzle cup because, quite personally, I relate to Miss Frizzle. I sing pretty much a lot of the time I record on here. Where there's a will, there's a way. So anyway, thank you all for joining me. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day. I would love it if you would like, subscribe, share, leave me some love in the comments, anything you'd like to see, any thing that I could do better. I am learning how to do this, so I'm just hoping to share some love and light. Bye!